In a standard market, we assume that merging competitors increases their individual profits. But under the Cournot model, merging without cost savings drops profits for the new firm, while remaining rivals see their earnings grow. To prove how this happens, we must define the conditions of our market. We assume n identical firms, a constant marginal cost equal to CQ, and a linear inverse demand curve of A minus Q. Breaking down the mechanics of a symmetric oligopoly allows us to see how changing the number of competitors alters the mathematical distribution of profit. This is the profit function for a single firm, firm I. Its individual output interacts with the total market quantity, big Q, which represents the sum of firm I's output plus the output of every other firm in the market. Because all firms share identical costs, they produce the same quantity in equilibrium. We can simplify the equation by replacing the summation with n-1 times Q star. Solving this gives us our optimal quantity, Q star. Plugging that back into the original equation yields the individual profit equilibrium, the difference between A and C, divided by n plus 1, all squared. As the number of firms, n, approaches infinity, the denominator grows. The profit for any individual firm continues to shrink until it reaches zero, which is the state of perfect competition. In this symmetric market, the total number of firms sitting in that denominator acts as the primary constraint on individual profit. Consider a scenario where a block of M firms agrees to merge into a single entity, but they achieve no cost synergies in the process. To find the new total number of firms, we take the original count, subtract the merging firms, and add back the single merged entity. Our new market size is big N. This slide details the formation of a cartel, which follows the same mathematical logic. Given this new post-merger firm count, big N, use the profit expression we just derived to determine the outsider's new profit level. By substituting big N into the equation, the denominator becomes smaller. Dividing the numerator by this smaller value mathematically guarantees a higher profit for the outside firms. These outsiders benefit from the reduced competition without sacrificing any market share or taking on the operational burden of a merger. Any merger that simply reduces the total firm count acts as a positive externality, enriching the non-participating rivals. For this merger to be rational for the participants, the profit of the new megafirm must be greater than the combined pre-merger profits of the companies that formed it. We can test this by looking at a three-firm market where two firms decide to merge. When we plug the values into our profit expression, the inequality fails. The new merged firm captures less market share than the two independent firms held separately, resulting in a net financial loss. This is the Cournot Merger Paradox, as defined by Salant, Switzer, and Reynolds in 1983. They showed that horizontal mergers without synergies are unprofitable unless they consume over 80% of the market. This demonstrates why modern horizontal mergers must justify themselves through explicit cost savings. Relying purely on market consolidation is a mathematical trap that serves only to enrich the competition.